What's up, everyone? Colby here, aka Serial Killer 02 on Twitch, Instagram, and here on YouTube. Today I bring you a new unboxing, and it is for a game that I have been super excited for. As soon as I heard they were making this game, I was ecstatic. And that's Batman, Gotham City Chronicles by Monolith. I have been a Batman fan ever since I can remember. I still remember when Batman the movie came out, the one with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. I looked at my parents and told them I have to see this movie, and we went to the theater and saw it. And ever since then, I've been hooked. And so finding out that my favorite board game company, Monolith, was going to be turning it into a board game, I was ecstatic. And as soon as it went live, I hit the all-in pledge and never looked back. And I am so glad that I did. So without further ado, I will show you. This is just one of the covers for the box. And this is kind of where we're going to start. So let's go ahead and flip the camera down to the table and take a look at what's inside the box for Batman Gotham City Chronicles. Let's start off by taking a look at the outside of the box. The artwork is fantastic. I love that Monolith stuck with the comic book feel of Batman. So with that, let's go ahead and flip it over, and we will take a look at what is inside of the box. It shows, I really like that they added this content loading spot here, and then you've also got where it tells you there's 57 miniatures, and it kind of tells you everything that is in the box. Down here it shows 2 to 4 players. It's 90 minutes and has a age rating of 14 and up. So the outside of the box is really cool, and I will show you in a little bit how the base game and the box for the Kickstarter exclusive models go together to make one big picture. I can't get it on the photo like this. I'm going to have to hold them up and show you. So I will show you that at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. So with further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at what is inside the box. So when you open up the box, first thing you will see is a piece of artwork. And let me see if I can change the quality here so you can see it just a little bit better. There we go. So when we flip this, you will see that the artwork is amazing. I've seen this picture before. This is a pretty famous picture for Batman, and I really think this is awesome, showing the heroes fighting the villains, and the detail is fantastic on this piece of art. I love that Monolith always puts a piece of art, has started putting a piece of artwork in a lot of their games. It really adds to backing the game, in my opinion, just because you get more for your money, and the artwork is always fantastic. First thing you will see, or another thing you will see when you open up the box, you've got the Batman Gotham City Chronicles, June 4th, Season 2 on Kickstarter, new content available, which I am ecstatic about. I cannot wait. I am going to go all in on Season 2. I always go all in on Monolith stuff just because everything they make is quality product. So I will show you that in just a minute on why it's easy for me to back everything they do. So you see that, you get that piece, then comes the rulebook. And guys, this rulebook is gigantic. It is 59 pages of information and content. Let me see if I can turn the brightness down a little bit so you can kind of see what is in the book just a little bit easier. So right here you will tell that it gives you all of the information you need on how everything works. The book is laid out in a real nice to use and easy to understand way. Again, artwork is spectacular. I love all of the artwork they put in here for the Batman game. As I've said before, I am a die-hard Batman fanatic, so having all of this artwork it's amazing. Having the T-Rex up here, I'm just giddy about it. I absolutely love it. Shows you the dashboard, how that works, and it's just, like I said, there's so much information to this game, and it's so in-depth, and the artwork, I just can't get over the artwork. So there's the rule book. Like I said, the book is 59 pages. So the rules to this thing, there's a lot of them. Then you've got your mission booklet. And once again, artwork on the outside is spectacular. You open it up and it jumps straight into the missions for you. It's just really cool, everything that they put into this game. You can tell that it was a labor of love, and it's just incredible, everything that's in this. So you go through, and these are all the different missions and how to set them up, and there's a lot of missions. I was actually really surprised at how many missions came in the base game. So there's a lot to do in this game, and you can play it for a very long time. So there's the mission booklet, and then from there, let's go ahead and let's take a look. Up here are your tokens, or your just pieces that you're going to use in the dashboards, and that's how much life, how much movement, all that kind of stuff. If you've played Conan by Monolith, you will know kind of what I'm talking about with that. And they've kind of gone back and done a game that's kind of like how Monolith played. So that's what those tokens are for. I will show you that a little bit more in just a minute. I haven't even opened up the cards yet, so give me just a second and I will open those up and show those to you. Here are the cards. I'm not going to try to go over too much of the information on the cards because there is a lot to them, and it would take a long time to try to go over everything. And I know a couple of people have told me that my videos are too long for unboxing, so I'm going to try to keep it about to where it was for the other ones, just because there's so much to this game and I want you to be able to see all of it. So here's the cards. This is going to be the different weapons that you can get, batarangs, all that kind of stuff. You've got taser guns, then you've got the revolvers, police badge, whip, and obviously they each do something different, but that kind of gives you an idea of the cards that you will get within the base game. So you've got that. Then comes the dice, and there are a lot of dice in this game. I did the all-in pledge, so I got 2 packs of dice, and this is just 1 pack. So there's a lot of dice in this game, lots of dice chucking, and so there is that for you. Here is the first box with miniatures, and it's really cool the way they've done it because they show you exactly where each one is and what each model is on the outside of the box. So let's go ahead and dive into it. I'm going to move this box for now so I can kind of show you the models a little bit easier. Now that we've got this box out, you can see all of the different characters that are going to be in this box. And what I will do is pull each character out, show you their model, that way you can see them a little bit better. It's going to start with the models that are on this side first. When you open it up, you will see that everything has its own spot. And then when you take off that, you will see everything below it. So I will go through each of the models for you. That way you can see them close up and see the detail on them. So I'm going to take this box off so we have a little bit easier time focusing the camera. First one we'll take a look at here is the bystanders, and as you can tell, the detail on these models is amazing. I apologize, I know it's kind of hard to see these, but with them being orange under the light, it just makes it a little bit harder to see them. Not all of the models are orange, so there was the bystander, and now we have the citizen. And just the detail that they have been able to get on these models is just spectacular. And I love that each of the bases are actually texturized, so it will each one will have a different feel. And now to keep moving, we will go ahead and take a look at the guards. These are in blue, so they're a lot easier to see. This guard has some of his weapons. My mind has gone blank on what they are called that he is holding. But as you can tell, they've even got like the handcuffs, and the jeans are wrinkled, and the shirt's wrinkled from him pulling the baton back, and you've got even the muscles are showing. The guard actually has a lot of facial features as well, and so it's really cool and really nice detail that they've put into these. Then we have SWAT with rifle, and again, these models are just exquisite with everything that they've put onto them. I'm not going to try to spend too much time on each model because there are a lot to go over. Then we also have the SWAT with briefcase, and again, just detail that they got into these models is awesome. From there, we have the drones. I love that they actually put drones in the game. It's just going to be a really cool aspect to the scenarios. From there, we have the GCPD with baton, the one thing I couldn't remember a minute ago. And so, again, there's another little flashing that I need to take care of, but that's not anything major. I kind of expect to take care of those whenever I open a game first. I didn't want to do anything to the game before I let you all see it. So that's kind of why that's all still on there, but it's not anything major. There are no real mold lines on these models, and the molds are pretty amazing with what they have done. So that is the top row of the game. I will go ahead and pull out the next set, and I will show those to you as well. Now it's time for all the fun models. Starting at the top left, we have got Catwoman. And with Catwoman, this one, she has the cover over her eyes. So it's kind of hard to see, but that's why you can't really, there's not a lot of extra detail to the face, just because the only thing that is open is her mouth. And so, again, the detail on the tight leather outfit is awesome. Then you come to Catwoman from the Long Halloween, and the detail is just incredible on these. I love everything that they've done with these models. They've really captured the likeness from the different comics. Then you have Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, and just the way that she's standing and how the cape waves in the air, it's awesome the way that they've set these up. I love that the models are actually in action, and it doesn't look like they are just kind of standing there. It really adds a lot of depth to the game, in my opinion. Then the next one is Spoiler, and again, the way the cape is waving in the air and just the details, you can see her mask across her face. I love the stance that they've given a lot of these models. They've definitely done a really good job with them. I believe this one is the Huntress, and the way they did the capes and everything, you can tell they really put a lot of time and effort into the models. Coming up next, we have got, I believe this is going to be Batwoman. The stances, they look realistic. They don't look like they're very far-fetched or, you know, just faked. And so that's what I really like about the game. After Batwoman, we come to the Black Canary. And I mean, I don't know how they do it, but to get something like these nunchucks to be as small as they are and still be free floating, the way that they get them to do is amazing. I love the way the hair looks. It's still got that comic book feel, but it still has some realism to it as well. Up next, we have got Katana, and again, just an exquisite looking model. Coming up next is Orphan. And again, I'm not going to try to spend too much time going into detail on all of these models just because time purposes, and I want to be able to show you everything. And then we've got Bluebird. From there is Renee Montoya. I love the way her jacket wrinkles, and just the wrinkles in the clothing of these on this game is amazing. Then you've got Harvey Bullock. Commissioner Gordon. Coming down here, Azrael. I love the fire on the model. I'm not very good at painting fires, so this is going to be a great training piece for me, for sure. So that model's really cool. I really like him. If you have the game, you will see that I have skipped a couple, but I am going to wait until the end of unboxing this set just to kind of show you these models because I think they are awesome. But here is the first Batman, and this is Batman from 0 Year. Then we have got Green Arrow. And again, the stance is just, it's perfect. I think it looks awesome. Then we get into Batman Year 100. A little bit of gap there, but nothing a little bit of green stuff won't fix. Robin Tim Drake. Or no, I'm sorry, this is Robin Damian Wayne. Nightwing. Again, the detail and just the muscles and everything that are in these models is incredible. Now we've got Robin, and this is Tim Drake. The Red Hood, Jason Todd. And Duke. I think they've really captured the comic book feel and look for a lot of these models. Now, a couple of things that I found really interesting. Here is the regular Batman pose, and I couldn't love it anymore. Like, it is the epitome of Batman. Like, it is perfect. It's everything I expected the Batman model to look like. And then from there, I will show you one that has been a fan favorite and one that everybody was really wanting, and they did it. It's Batcow. I love this model. It's got a mask on. It's it's just awesome. I mean, it's Batcow. So I love that model is in here. Now, the one model, my favorite model out of all of them in here is the Dark Knight Returns Batman. So you see that it doesn't have a base. That is because in this set, you get two different bases you can choose from. And they're interchangeable. So you've got this one, which I think is awesome, and I'll probably do that whenever I'm just wanting to show the models in my case after I have painted it. But then you can take it off, and this might be a little bit easier to use in the game. But I think that is a really cool aspect and cool idea that they've added to the game for sure. So that is the models. Give me just a second and I will bring the box back up and show you what was under the box for the models. Now that we've looked at the models, I kind of wanted to bring the box back up so you can see how everything is organized. The organization that Monolith does with their boxes is really, really good. So once you lift this up, you will see that everything under it has its own spot. To start off, we'll go ahead and take a look at the dashboards for the characters. Let me go ahead and take this off, and I will show these to you. So here are the dashboards. I'm not going to try to go through all of the information on these just because there is so much information, as you can tell, and there is a playthrough video done by Monolith that really goes into depth and gives you all the information you need for these cards or for these dashboards. So I am just going to kind of show you some of them so you can kind of see what they're like. And the way that they work is you take a dashboard and you've got one of these little holders. So you take it and it slides in just like that. And then this is where you put all of the little cubes that I was talking about earlier. Let me get those out and I'll kind of show you. And you'll have a certain amount of cubes in here, and they will be here, and then you'll move them over, or whenever you get hit, or if you're wanting to use blocking, that kind of stuff, and it shows the max number of cubes you can put on each spot. So that's really cool the way that they have all of the character dashboards set up. So by taking a look at that, let's go ahead and move on to the next section. So you've got this, then you pull these out, you'll see that you have got the game boards, and these game boards are huge. I will try to open it up and show one to you at the end of the video. That way you can kind of see it and see all the different parts of the board. But the artwork, as you can tell, for the boards is amazing. Like, I absolutely love the boards for this game. So with that being said, give me just a minute. I will grab the villains box and we will go through that. All right, here is the outside of the villain box. This is kind of has a lot of the Kickstarter exclusive models in it. I love the artwork on this. My favorite is the Joker, always has been. But I love all of the detail and the artwork for this box as well. And again, flip it over. It will tell you everything that is in here. And as you can tell, there are a lot more models in this box. There are 109 in this box alone. So you get a crap load of content in this game, especially the all-in. And it's just incredible everything that is in this game. So you've got 65 tiles, you've got one additional board, you've got the turn track, you've got the command post, which is for the enemies, the villains players. So this box is kind of set up as the villains box, I guess you could say. This is where you're going to find a lot of that stuff. So again, it shows 2 to 4 player, 90 minutes, 14 and up, And let's go ahead and open it up and take a look at what's inside. First thing you're going to come across is the trackboard for the enemy player. And this thing is almost as big as the box. So there are a lot of pieces to this game. As you can tell, I mean, it's got a lot of slots. This is where you're going to put the characters that you're going to be using in the game. And then you have different areas that you put different things. Up here is going to be the health tracker for enemies. And again, like I said, I'm not going to try to go into too much detail with all of this because I want to be able to show you everything. And if I try to explain everything, this will be a 3-hour video, and I really don't want you all to have to listen to me for 3 hours. So there is the board. You take that off and you come across the models. So as you can tell, there's a lot of awesome models in here, lots of villains. And give me just a second. I'm going to move the box and we will take a look at the models inside. Okay, and to keep it kind of fun, I'm going to start with the lower level on this box because that is going to be the minions, like the lackeys for each of the villains. To start off with, we have got the carnivorous plants, obviously from Poison Ivy's crew. And then we jump in to Harley Quinn's gang. And again, these models are just spectacular. I think they have done such an incredible job. You have got, excuse me, you have got the brutes with chains. And then you have got brutes with shotgun. So there's a lot of different enemies and characters that you're going to fight throughout the game, which I feel adds a lot of replayability. You've got Riddler's gang with baton. And again, the detail on these models is fantastic. From there, we have got thugs with crowbar. I love the names they've given all these guys because it's kind of, you know, they're not going to last long. They don't even get their own name. So then you've got Riddler's gang with handgun. And again, just the detail, the facial expressions, you can tell that they put a lot of time and effort into the models. You've got thugs with rifles. Then we've got Bloom's gang. These guys are always cool. I've always liked Bloom. I thought it was an awesome villain and just crazy character. You've got Hazmat thugs. You have got the prisoners, who actually stole a baton. And then from there, the last one in this tray is Red Hood's gang. And so that is a look at the gangs or enemies that follow different villains. So now let's take a look at the villains themselves and see those models. Here comes some of my favorite models. I love the villains in Batman. They're all so different, but still so cool. Let's start off. We will start with Scarecrow. And again, I mean, just all of the detail on him is incredible. I love this model. From there, let's go ahead and take a look at Wrath. And again, I'm not going to try to spend too long with each model just because this can get real long if I do. Jason Todd is Hush. Then we've got Hush. And then you've got Two-Face. If you've seen the Dark Knight series, then you know exactly who that is, or read the books, the comics, or watched the animated series. He's kind of one of the bigger, well-known enemies. You've got Red Hood Classic. I need to bend his gun back. It came just a little bit warped, but that's not a big deal. Just a little bit of hot water will fix that. Then you've got Bane, and this guy's just huge. He is a beast. Again, I love all of the muscle definition, just the way that they made these models. Then you've got another Scarecrow. Down here you have Firefly. Just the smoke streams are really cool on him. I really like the way that everything's set up on that. Coming up next, we've got one of the little lesser known figures, and that is Killer Moth. The Penguin. I really like that they went with the classic look on the Penguin. And again, I just love the detail on these models. They did a fantastic job. The facial expressions. Now one of my favorite characters of all time, and that is Harley Quinn. And she has got the hammer, and she looks fantastic. So you've got that. Then comes another less known villain, Ratmaster. He's got rats following him on the ground and got one on his shoulder. Then coming up after that is Mr. Freeze. And I know it's not the Mr. Freeze that everybody remembers or the way they think that he should look, but I really like the way they did it. This makes him feel more... It reminds me of the comics a lot more, and that's what I really like. They didn't try to follow the movies, didn't try to do any of that. They went with the comics. The classic Harley Quinn. And then after that, you have got Riddler from Zero Year. And again, I mean, how thin this cane is. And he's holding it with one finger, and it's not bent, it's not moving, nothing. It is just, it's amazing, the detail and the artwork that they have done for this game. Ra's al Ghul. The facial expressions, again, are just spectacular. The capes look great. The stances are awesome. You've got Orphan. Then coming up here is Deadshot. Talon. Classic Riddler. And then you have got the Joker. And this model, I think, is just amazing. Again, like I said, I'm a Joker fanatic, so anything about the Joker I can get, I will. And so this is not the only model that comes in the All-In Pledge. If you would like to see more of the expansions, please leave a comment in the comments section, and I will try to do an unboxing of the expansions as well. And then you have got Deathstroke. And right here is Black Mask. Poison Ivy. And again, her model is absolutely stunning. And then you have got Bud and Lou. So there is those. There's a few more models in here that I'll show you. You have got the Penguins gang, and it actually comes with a net. So you put them together and it shoots, or you can actually put it on top of a model that has the net, that was hit by the net. You've got Owl with a katana. You get 4 of those. You get 4 of, you get 4 of those. You get 4 of the Penguin's gang. You get 4 of the Owl with handgun. And then the rest, I will try to pull these out and show you just kind of real quick, is the terrain. I don't really think I need to go into too much detail on these. I think you kind of know what each one of these are. So you've got different terrain right there, and there are still a few more models left. Then comes the big guys in the set. So let's start off with Clayface. And as you can tell, Clayface is huge. Let me grab another model to kind of show you the difference. So there's the difference. Clayface is gigantic. So there's Clayface. Then we come to one of my son's favorites, and that's Solomon Grundy. He loves playing with this guy. Right after him, we have got Killer Croc, which, again, these models are just amazing. They have done such an incredible job, especially with the monsters. Here's another one of Bane, and this is Venom injected Bane. So he's going to be stronger than the base one. Then you've got Tusk. And again, all of these models are gigantic compared to the regular villains. Right here we have got Dr. Death. And that one's going to be fun to paint. It's going to be hard to paint his skin, but I can't wait to try it. Now we have another Killer Croc. And I like that they added a couple of different types of enemy, of the same enemy. That way you can kind of change it up every once in a while. You've got Mr. Bloom. And last but not least, Man-Bat. And I can barely even get him on the screen. He's huge. Like, it's pretty awesome how big some of these models are. But that is the models that are in the Villains Pack. Give me just a second. I will be back and show you what is under the Villains Pack enemies. Okay, and then under the models for the villains, you have all of the tokens for the game. This goes on the villain dashboard. You've got different tokens that you'll put in different places, but all of this is used for the villain dashboard. Then give me just a second. I will get the other sets of tokens out so you can see what's in here. Here is all of the dashboards for the characters, and as you can tell, there are a lot. So, and then you flip it over and it shows that they are exhausted. They're kind of broken up and torn apart, so that's a really cool little thing they added to the game. Let me see if I can flip this back over without punching all of them out. And then you come to different dashboards, different tiles. So yeah, that is what is in the base game for Batman Gotham City Chronicles. And there you have it, Batman Gotham City Chronicles. And now, that wasn't the all-in pledge. That was only the base pledge. I'm going to do another unboxing that will show all of the expansions for the game. I noticed that this video was getting a little long, so I decided to only do the base pledge for the game. Now, I said in the video that I would show you kind of what the boxes do when you put them together. And so here it is. I can't even get it all in the screen. There you go. So the boxes go together and make one huge picture. And so you've got the villains and the heroes together, making a really cool piece for your board game collection. But yeah, so that is the base game. And like I said, I will be back doing another unboxing with all of the expansions. So if you want to see that, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That would really help me out, and you'll be able to hear whenever my next unboxings come up. I've got a lot of unboxings coming. I have about 6 or 7 different games that I'm going to be unboxing over the next 6 or 7 weeks. So there's a lot more to come, so please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification button. That way you know whenever one of my new videos comes up. Also, I want to let everybody know I run a Facebook group for mini painters and board gamers, and it is called Mini Painters United Worldwide, and that is on Facebook. Feel free to join. There's a lot of great people over there helping each other out. Learning new techniques on how to paint, talking about board games, talking about Kickstarters, just everything that has to do with board gaming and paint and mini painting. And so we would love to have you over there as well. I will have a link to that in the description below. But yeah, I will also put a description to the video I was talking about by Monolith that will let you see how to play the game. But I hope you liked the unboxing video. What was your favorite model that you saw in the video today? Feel free to leave that in the comments. If you have any questions for me, please leave that. If you'd like to see me unbox a certain game, leave that in the comments as well. I might actually have that game. So just go ahead, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye.